From Dragging the Line Podcast, I'm your host with the most, One More Sanchez, and joining me live on Zoom is professional boxer Nadim Salloum. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about your background and how did you get to the sport of boxing? What was your route on getting pro?
My father was an athlete. He's a judo instructor. It's been 40 years and he's a bodybuilding coach. So he used to teach bodybuilding at some gym in Lebanon next to our house. And some people who used to train amateur boxing at the place. And I needed to lose some weight and I was living in the streets. I lived in a bad neighborhood. So he told me, hey, come get into boxing, start training. And since day one, I fell in love in the sports. I felt it made my personality different. It gave me some character and I fell in love in the sports.
Where you were at as a kid to where you're at now, how did that help you? What was the advantage of starting so young?
Coming from Lebanon, it didn't help much because it took me from 2007 to 2017 to understand how to turn professional. But it helped me in a way that I was reading a lot, watching a lot, understanding the sport of boxing more and more every single day. And I was dedicated, even if I wasn't fighting, I had 40 fights in 10 years, but I was dedicated training twice a day. And I believe that there's nothing impossible in this life.
Who were you watching for inspiration or to learn? Whose tapes were you looking at?
Yeah, my inspirations are Manny Pacquiao and Muhammad Ali, because I believe great boxers should be great human beings as well. They are role models for a lot of people. And it's not enough to just be a good boxer inside that ring. You have to be a good boxer outside of it and to give a good image of the athlete, of a boxer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially Manny Pacquiao. Like he came from the Philippines. He was poor as fuck. And I said to myself, if Manny Pacquiao could make it, and I think I can make it. Coming from Lebanon, nothing is impossible.
And how was that journey? You were the first professional boxer representing the country. So Tell us that journey. How did that happen? How did you transition to over here?
It happened. It's a long story, but I'm gonna make it short. I Googled number one boxing gym in the world in 2014, and I saw Wildcard, and I used to love Manny Pacquiao, so I went to Wildcard in 2014 for 1 month. I did a training camp in there. Then I went back to 2015 for another month, and 2016 another month, and 2017 another month. And I used to ask the coaches in there, like, help me. How do I turn pro? What should I do? I'm a good fighter. I used to spar with a lot of world champions. I sparred with Dimitri Bivol. I sparred with Victor Postol. I sparred with Anthony Sim. They're all in a great position right now. But I didn't know what to do to turn pro and to be in that league. One coach in 2017, his name is Juan Panda Martinez. He's a coach. He's a great hand trapper too. He took me to Tijuana. He got me a professional fight in Tijuana. And I did my professional debut with first round knockout. And I went back to Lebanon. And I was stuck again in Lebanon. So after a few months, I texted a guy who I sparred with at Wildcard. His name is Mario. I'm sure you know him. He's the guy who beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. like a couple of months ago. And I asked him for help. We just sparred. We didn't know each other, but I asked him, hey, I need some help. He told me, I can help you if you come to Mexico City. So I booked the ticket and went to Mexico City. I lived there for 5 months. I met his manager. I met the WBC people. I met his original Lebanese. So I was very proud that there is a Lebanese professional boxer. And
Marcus is trainer?
Mauricio Sulaiman is the president of WBC.
Oh, the president. The president.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did 2 more fights. I became 3-0 with 2 knockouts. And then I decided to take it to another level and come to the States.
Now, talk to me about Mexico City. It's funny you say that because that's where my family originates from. It's just huge. How was those 5 months there for you?
It's crazy. And I don't speak Spanish. And the people in Mexico City are rich. So they told me you cannot go anywhere alone. They will rob you. I tried to take the subway one time and they took off my phone. So it was tough, but I was doing what I love, and I was just training and preparing for my fights just from where we live to the gym. I used to sleep at the gym sometimes because we didn't have a place to live. But I'm blessed to have met Harumi and Mario. They helped me, and they had to find fights and to be able to fight in Mexico City.
I love that you're telling this story because I want to highlight is that you never quit. Like, you tried, you asked, you went out. And I think that's the story that I want a lot of people to focus, that your journey is not easy. You have a one-of-a-kind story. What motivated you to just keep going and never said, you know what, it's hard, I give up, no one's going to give me an opportunity?
Till this day, I'm still struggling. I'm not signed with a manager nor a promoter. So I'm still on my own in this boxing world. I'm still trying to make some noise and to let people know that there is a professional Lebanese boxing in here. and there is a professional Lebanese boxer who wants to be a world champion. And every day, I'm not gonna lie to you, every day I pass through tough moments. I think that I have to give up. It's so tough. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it, but I believe life is too short. It's worth it to take risks in life, because we never know when we're gonna leave this earth, and nobody achieves greatness without taking risks. So the tougher it gets, the more beautiful and meaningful the story will be. And I believe that I was born to deliver a message to the whole world that nothing is impossible in this life.
That's well said. Now, your fight you're preparing for June 12th, right?
Yeah, June 12th in Kentucky.
In Kentucky. How's your training with Coach Jose? Every time I see your Instagram, you're happy, you're working, you're sweating. Is that a new type of training that you're doing?
It's my second camp in Orlando. Yeah, it's still new. I'm still new with Jose Guzman, boxing coach and coach. They took me to another level. I feel great. I'm a much better boxer. I felt that I needed this to take my boxing skills to another level, to be more in shape, to be prepared for 6, 8, and 10 and 12 rounds, hopefully soon, and to get better opponents.
Now, that fight on June 12th, how many rounds is that your fight?
It will be my second 6-round fight.
Do you already know who you're going up against?
No, they have several options. I'm still waiting for the opponent. I'm still not sure who it is. Hopefully this week we're going to know.
That's something I've always wanted to know. The boxers that do the whole pay-per-view, you're preparing 2-3 months in advance and know who you're fighting. Do you have to go in with a different mentality on a different type of fighter, or do you just have your game plan and you stick to it before knowing who you're going to face?
I try to watch him fighting once I know the name, but I'm going to do what I train to do. And especially at the beginning of your career, you're just doing your job. You're just going in there, just 4 and 6 rounds. It's not a long fight. So you're just going in there and try to take him out as soon as possible. And try to look good, stay composed, and do what you're training for. It's been weeks. So I'm going to do whatever I have to do, whoever is the opponent.
Now, did you have the opportunity to do any fights last year with the pandemic?
I did I did December 12th in Atlanta and March 6th in Atlanta too.
Now, with that, because the fight and there was no crowd, how was that adjustment for you? Because you could hear the stomping on the ground and you could hear the hits. Was it a different type?
In this crowd, but there's still crowd. In Atlanta, there's a lot of restrictions, especially for COVID. But honestly, once I'm inside that ring, I only listen to Jose. So this is what I do. I focus on Jose. But I prefer to feel my people while I'm going to the ring. And when I went out of the ring, I enjoyed hugging my people and make them proud and seeing them happy.
Which brings me to a follow-up question is, whenever you go up to the ring and you're squaring up and your referee goes over the instructions, do you listen to what he says, or are you looking at that other fighter just focus? What does the noise sound like around you?
Listen, I don't believe in eye contact that much. Like March 6th, the fighter was looking at me for the whole time. Even when the ring announcer was talking to the crowd for the whole 3 minutes, he was like looking at me. So he wanted to kill me, that guy. So I said, fuck it, I'm prepared. I'm sure he's not hungry as much as I am. I came a long way. I came from Lebanon. So I'm going to do what I have to do. And I know what the referee will say, touch gloves, keep it clean, whatever he's going to say, and just do my job. I can't wait till I listen to the first bell.
Now, in the division that you're in, what is it going to take for you to separate yourself from that division to get noticed, to get that opportunity? Is there a game plan in place, or are you just taking one fight at a time?
Listen, it's not magic. It's not a secret. It's hard work, dedication, discipline, and stay dedicated to believe in yourself, stay strong mentally, and stay dedicated to the training and work harder every single day. It's not a magic. Like, you see all the world champions, they work so hard, and whoever worked harder became better boxer and much more recognized. So just have to keep working hard every single day.
Now, for the kid that's going to listen, if he's not listening to now, maybe they'll go back and listen to this video. Little kid in Lebanon wants to be just like you. What would you tell him so that he can have the advantage that you didn't?
I'll tell all my people in Lebanon, whoever loves boxing, that I'm 100% here to help them. So whenever I pass through, they can skip a lot of stages if I help them. And I know I can help them, at least giving them the connections I know, giving them the fights they need to reach the level where they can turn pro and make their dream come true. And first of all, they have to believe in themselves. If they don't believe in it, it's not going to happen. There's a beautiful quote like, believe and you're halfway there. So just believe in yourself. And I'm here to help, especially Lebanese people.
You have a unique story, and your two heroes that you looked up to That's the same mentality. So I could just hear it. So not only are you fighting for yourself, you mentally, you deserve it, and you're also going to give back, which is great. You know, I want to switch a topic here real quick. Boxers that are, you know, the YouTube and exhibition fights. I think even today I saw something where Chavez Sr. is going to fight Hector Camacho Jr. That shocked me. I didn't know, but what's your take on that? Do you have a certain feeling towards that?
The exhibitions, like when we watched also Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., it was nice to see like legends.
Mhm.
It's nice. But I don't blame Logan Paul, Jake Paul, the exhibitions fight. I don't blame those people. They are making big money, I understand. But I blame the promoters and the world champions right now that they are not fighting each other anymore. And they are not making the big fights anymore. And they are just focused on protecting their zero. It doesn't work that way. Boxing is it's just more than just a record. So just fight. Look at in the 80s and 90s, they would fight each other every single month. Thomas Hearns, Marvin Hagler, the Fabulous Four, they fought each other. Each one of them fought the other like
twice.
So yeah, it's crazy. I blame the promoters, honestly, because it's a lot of business. It's a lot of money. I understand you have to focus on the business part of boxing, but at the end of the day, you have to entertain people. That's what you're here for.
What's your take on Thriller, like having halftime shows? And I think Snoop Dogg did one, and Justin Bieber. Do you think that's going to be the route that boxing is taking it?
I don't think so. We're already annoyed waiting from fight to fight. So to put someone to Snoop Dogg or whatever who it is to sing while we're waiting for another title fight, I wouldn't enjoy it, honestly. But it may happen because money talks in boxing. So it may happen, but I wouldn't enjoy it. I just want to watch boxing.
No. Now, one thing that I wanted to get your perspective on is when one boxer calls out another boxer, why is it that so many fans get upset? Like, oh, he's ducking the recent one, Canelo and Boo Boo. I understand that you have to call someone out to get that attention, but I don't think it's bad. I think that you have to, but I don't think that as a fan, he's not ducking, because at the end of the day, I think that he has no control because it comes down to promoters. Does that play a big factor? Does that play a big?
That's what I'm saying. All fighters call each other, and all fighters think that they are the best in the world. It's not their problem. Nobody's ducking anybody. It's just the promoters. That's it. I don't think that Boo Boo will get them that much money. He won't make the fight happen. As simple as that.
Absolutely. Now, before I let you go, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Quick questions, quick answers. Okay.
Cool.
All right. When you're not training, what do you do for fun?
I would love to. Yeah, I would love to go back home, to enjoy my time with my family, my girlfriend, my friends, to see my people and my family again, because I'm far away from them and we're sacrificing a lot every single day being far from our parents. Every time you go back, you see them growing older and older. I like to go back, enjoy Lebanese food, and I like to party. I love music, enjoy listening to music, and that's it.
What's one of your favorite fighters that's current right now?
Yeah, I like Canelo. I like Teofimo so much.
If given the opportunity to face someone, who would you like to face?
I would take Boo Boo. Yeah, fighter. He was a weird fighter. He's a strong fighter. He's slick, but styles make fight. I think I'll do good.
Yeah, his style's a bit different. It's
yeah, he is weird. He's a weird fighter.
What activities do you do to get your mind out of boxing? Like right now, currently, you brought something like you're far away from your girlfriend, you're far away from your family. How do you get your mind out of the boxing world when training's done or when it's time to settle down? What do you do?
I try to stay in touch as much as I can. Call them every single day, video call with them. And again, music changed my life. I love music. It takes me to another world. So I disconnect when I listen to music, especially every kind of music is different. It takes you to another planet. So I try to listen to music and stay in touch with everybody.
Whenever you're running for your morning runs, who do you listen to currently? Who are you listening to?
I'm a bit old school. So when I listen to rap, I like Tupac. I love 50 Cent. When I listen to rock and roll, I like Guns N' Roses. Yeah, that's what I like.
Now, who is your greatest boxer of all time?
Muhammad Ali. I take it that way. I'm not interested in just seeing a great boxer inside the ring and he's like shit outside of it. No, you have to be a complete fighter in and outside the ring. I love Muhammad Ali. I love what he stands for, and I respect it. And Manny Pacquiao too. Like those two are my inspiration.
They're definitely they left their names in the sport of boxing inside and out.
I'm a huge fan of Thomas Hearns too. He's one of my greatest. But I don't know Thomas Hearns outside of the ring as much as I know Pacquiao, and that's why I got into them more than him.
Champ, when it's all said and and done, how do you want to be remembered in the sport of boxing?
Champion that proved that nothing is impossible. Coming from the Middle East, from a small country, we're 4 million people in Lebanon. That's it. So we barely have athletes in Lebanon more than national champions. So I want to be remembered as the first guy to make it happen worldwide and to prove that nothing is impossible. Wherever where you come from, I'm not talking only about Lebanon, wherever, even maybe Nicaragua, maybe Panama, maybe whatever. But I'm the one to prove about my country and my people, my Lebanese people. So I would love to prove that and give them some hope and some positive vibes, especially now we're passing through tough times in the country. And I try as much as I can to show something positive and to give hope. Like the way I fight for my dream and to be a world champion, we have to fight to have a better country and not give up and keep fighting and stay dedicated to the game plan of what we want and what we will achieve in a year and 2 and 3. So just to give hope to my people and positive vibes. That's it.
Very well said. And the last thing that I ask everyone is, what's that one takeaway that you want people to understand?
I have 2. Can I say 2?
Yes, sir.
I wish the whole world understand where I come from, especially the boxing community. I wish, honestly, they understand how tough it is to come from Lebanon and how much I sacrificed to be where I am right now. And for my Lebanese people, also, I wish they understand that I'm not lucky to be here. I sacrificed a lot. I trained a lot. I ruined the most beautiful years in my life. I'm staying away from everybody I love to make my dream come true. So nothing will come easily. You have to work for it. That, especially for my Lebanese people, I really want them to understand that nothing will come easy. You have to work for it. So work for it, and you will make it happen. Just believe and work hard. It's no secret, no magic. It is what it is.
Is there anything you want to give a shout out to? Anybody?
I want to give a shout out to my sponsors for my next fight. I want to give a shout out to Pop, to Spaceship, to Boxing Insider, and to BoxLab. BoxLab is a boxing gym in Lebanon too. And I want to tell all of them that I love you all. And they're all Lebanese, by the way, only Boxing Insider. But all of them, they are Lebanese living abroad, and they made their dream come true abroad. And they are happy to see a Lebanese professional boxer. And I'm gonna make you all proud. And we just started. We're gonna be world champions, and I'm sure, like, there's zero doubt about that. I'm 100% sure. It's just a matter of time. We have to be patient. We have to listen to our coaches, and it will happen.
There you go, champ. It's a pleasure speaking with you. 100%. I really do appreciate it.